Hey guys, TacticalOyster here, bringing you guys 3-Bar Exploits, episode number 4. I'm here with WhackMed19.
What's up?
And Jazz is returning with us as well.
How you going? It's been a while.
Alright guys, we've got lots of interesting stuff to talk about in this episode, but I want to start first off by talking about a new, exciting opportunity that we have been granted, and that is that we are now working with the company Strictly Business Gaming, and they are now officially sponsoring the 3-Bar Exploits show. Strictly Business Gaming is a competitive gaming tournament. They run tournaments basically and events for competitive Call of Duty, and you can go to their website strictlybusinessgaming.com and check out all the stuff they've got going on. You can play in some regular matches or tournaments. They have free tournaments where you can play for large sums of money, upwards of $200, and they run tournaments a couple times a month, I believe, and they're actually pretty fun, and you guys should go check them out, and they are now working with us. So, and also they're doing lots of Twitter giveaways and things like that, so you guys should go follow them on Twitter and give them...
They do those all the time.
Alright.
You should absolutely follow them on Twitter.
Alright guys, so, any topics? Throw them out.
Operation False Hope. Y'all hit me with this sideways whenever we were trying to get together and get this show rolling. So Operation False Hope? Is that what it is?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Keepstar, they just keep posting penises on this girl's chat, and it's hilarious. She's like, "Quit posting cocks," and it's funny. Sorry, I said cock. But it's hilarious. It's pretty funny.
So what the basic gist of it is is it Keemstar? Because
Keemstar, Keem star.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of his stuff.
Are you not familiar with
grab
Keemstar?
You don't
I know who
piss
gets.
that man off.
I didn't say I wasn't going to piss him off. I don't have a lot for him. He's not my go-to guy for anything. So
He's a beast.
He's running this thing, Operation False Hope.
Yes.
And so the way you explain it to me basically is that you go to somebody's Twitch account, to whatever they're streaming on Twitch, and you show up and you leave a comment that, like the one that I jumped in with y'all was that Justin Bieber sent me or something like that. You post something crazy just to boost their numbers. And, initially that sounds like a really cool thing, because if I could get my stream bounced way up high, that'd be cool. And then what's the downfall there?
Getting your dream shattered. When you go from 10 viewers to 800 and then back down to 20.
And then no one ever watches you again.
I don't like streaming on Twitch anyways, just because you can't. It's so hard to get viewers on Twitch.
So the way I feel about it is this, though. If you have such a bad stream that nobody wants to see it, and you can't retain some of the people that just showed up, I don't know, maybe they're there for a completely different reason, but I'm thinking, if I had 800 people bounce into anything that I'm doing, I would want to be interesting enough or entertaining enough to retain some of them, a portion of them. And that was Tio, that was your take on part of it there.
Well, I mean, obviously you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna have more viewers after they leave than you did before they got there, but it's not like, I mean, you can be as interesting as you want. The fact is, those people are currently being entertained by Keemstar and going around and doing Operation False Hope, so as entertaining as you want to be, they're already being entertained by something else. It's like,
True. It's
like saying, like, okay, if you go to the movies, right, and you're there to see whatever movie you're watching, and you see a trailer as one of the previews for a movie that's like just came out, you're not going to get up and leave the theater and go watch that movie instead. You're just, I mean, you see it for a few seconds and you're like, okay, that may be entertaining, but I'm going to watch the movie that I came here to watch.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you got a point.
And then the movie they come here to see them watch is the people being like freaking out and not actually what they're there for. Like, I just watched this guy, his name is Orange Sherbert.
Yeah.
He's 31 years old. Okay, the man just likes to play video games. He kind of, reminds WalkMed. I mean, you're not, you just like to play video games. That's what you do, and you like to share.
I see you backpedaling.
you like to share. You like to share it with people, okay? But then when someone does something like that, it's just like why? I can see how it's funny, okay? And some people it's funny, but when it's somebody who like not who does it, but it's like just for like sheer enjoyment because they like to play the games and stuff. I don't get that. Like, it can't really be funny to me. Like, Keemstar's a troll. I mean, that's just really what it is. He's a big troll, and I mean, I did enjoy when he did Drama Alert Nation and stuff. That was actually really interesting to me. Considering you got to see things that people didn't know. Like, I remember one thing was it was like YouTubeable, and Miss Heart Attack got married or engaged or something like that. Nobody knew about that, and then when Keemstar reports on it, it's like everybody discovers it, and it's like, whoa, that was just something there.
Yeah.
Or
and the other day that Syndicate was like cheating on his girlfriend or something, and then they broke up, and he put it on Drama Alert.
Yeah, but
all over
see,
the place.
That part of it I like. It's kind of like the news stuff you don't get to see. Like, kind of like, it kind of reminds me of like E.T. or one of those like celebrity shows where you get to like see the bad stuff that celebrities do. Like, you know, like kind of like a celebrity roast. That's not roast, but
well, I mean, it just
you
keeps you up on what's going on in the community.
In the community, because there's really no news for our community. Like, there's no CNN or that for all our community. And
okay, so let me get this straight. You're saying that Keemstar is the best news reporter for the community that we have?
No.
Yes.
Okay,
that's kind of what I heard you say.
Yes.
No, I say okay, 'cause news reporters, T Mart's a news reporter, technically.
No. He's a news reporter for like the industry. I'm talking about for the community.
Look, you want to know?
YouTubers.
Listen, you want to know who's fighting with who on Twitter? You go to Drama Alert.
Yeah.
You want to know who's cheating on whose girlfriend? You go to Drama Alert. You want to find out who's acting like an idiot on streams or YouTube? You go to Drama Alert.
Yeah.
So I would say that he is personally.
Yeah, that's where. But like with this whole Operation False Hope thing, the way I see it is like, if some kid's just being like a complete douchebag, or he did something to Keemstar, you know, I could see Keemstar doing this to him. But just doing it to innocent people, it kind of, that's, you know, kind of where it just, you know, people, you know, innocent.
I want to talk about trolling small channels for the sake of trolling small channels. Because I'll go ahead and talk about these, and hopefully these people aren't watching this video when it goes up, but these two people, right, and I'm not going to name them, but Jazz, you'll know who I'm talking about, because you were playing with me when this happened. But,
and the live stream tournament thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I know who it is, yeah.
I was streaming...
Trolled me so hard.
I was streaming yesterday, and I was just streaming public matches on YouTube or whatever, and I was, like, trying to get camos or something, I don't know, just whatever, right? And this guy starts sending me these weird messages that are just, like, completely screwing around and, like, random messages and stuff. And, like, kind of messing with me, but not really anything malicious, right? So I'm like, okay, I don't really know who this guy is. I'm not going to, like, invite him to my game or anything. And so that just passes. Then I streamed today, and me and Jazz were playing dodgeball in Black Ops 2, which is basically where you just, like, chuck tomahawks at each other across the line.
It's so much fun, by the way.
And ballistic knives. And we were streaming that, and we were trying to get people to join, right, and come play with us, some viewers. And we ended up getting a few people to play with us, and we only streamed for like 45 minutes, so it wasn't a big deal. But the same guy, he shows up again, right, that was in the stream the night before, sending me these weird messages. And he said he wanted an invite. And I'm like, okay, I don't really know who this guy is. He seems kind of weird, and he's been kind of messing with me a little bit. But I'm just going to invite him and see what happens, because I still don't really know what this guy's deal is.
We'll give him a chance.
Right. So I invite him, and he invites one of his friends, and they just start completely screwing around and not, like, doing anything, and, like running across our imaginary half-court line and just, like, knifing people and stuff and acting like idiots. And so we end the game, and we kick them. And then he sends me a message, and he's saying, like, oh, you're so butthurt and whatever. And I'm like, first of all, I'm not even the host, Jazz is. And he's just, like, sending these messages, and then he starts typing in my stream, like, and commenting stuff and negative stuff. And then he and his friend both disliked my stream, and my stream ended up having more dislikes than likes. And I ended up contacting Xbox and reporting them, and the last time I did that, the guy got suspended for 2 weeks from Xbox Live. And that was Deviant Fawn. But, like, I don't understand why people, like, if you go to troll a big channel, it's like that one troll gets outmanned by, like, 100 fanboys. But if I don't understand why people go to small channels who like are just basically doing it for the fun. You know, there's no money involved. They're not getting YouTube famous or anything, and they just like screw with them. And like keep in mind that I'm streaming, so while these guys are screwing around and coming in here and like screwing with my game, all the people that were watching are seeing this too, and it's making me look like an idiot. So I don't know, that's just kind of a personal rant, but I just don't get why people screw with small, like a big channel. Okay, the big channel, they can say, screw you haters, I'm getting paid, every lobby I go into, I get recognized, but if you're a small channel, you're basically just doing it for fun, and I just don't see why people try to mess that up. But in rant, you guys can chime in now if you want.
I've never liked haters. Haters suck too, but I've never liked trolls. I never understood the theory behind making someone mad, upset, butthurt, outraged. I don't understand how that's entertainment. I don't find any value in that whatsoever. I don't watch trolls. I don't. You know, I've watched maybe half of one Minnesota Burns video, and actually that's the one link that I think I jumped off to. TacticalOyster's channel was a what was that video you did about Minnesota Burns faking a video, or the questions?
Yeah, the
thereof?
Minnesota Burns and DJ Keemstar drama that came from Drama Alert with Minnesota Burns faking the video. Yeah.
Yeah, you had a conversation about that, a commentary about that, and I think you did it to Yemen.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that was the first video I watched of yours, and the second one was on a boat. Anyway, so I've never enjoyed the trolls. I don't get it. I'm the one that would try to untroll the troll, or I guess counter troll or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm gonna yell in every lobby. Okay, you enjoying yourself there? How's your throat feel? You know, I don't get it. I whatever.
I don't call them trolls. I call them assholes. And excuse my French, but that's seriously like,
Well,
some things are funny, but there's a limit to where you can't be screwing with a little kid who's like, first off, little kids, get off the game. You're not over 17. I mean,
you're not over 17. I'm not over 17.
But still, I think there's a limit. I think you know, if your parents say it's okay, but if you're like, I've seen like 8, 9-year-olds.
I played
on
COD
here
2 when I was
shooting.
7.
I bet you did. But still, anyway, continuing on.
I was Squeaker Supreme.
Like I said, going back to thing, it's like you're making this kid not enjoy this game. That's what the game is. We're all here to enjoy it. We all paid our $60. We just want to enjoy it. But so the trolls. So the trolls spent their $60 too. But whatever. But still, you're taking away the enjoyment from, like, a little kid who he's coming home and he's playing video games. You never know. This could be the next great big YouTube commentator or whatever. And you're just like destroying his experience of video games. And video games are fun. And you're supposed to connect with people and meet new people and have fun. And I mean, that's what I get out of them. But I don't get that.
I've toyed with the idea of making a trolling versus being an asshole video for a while, but I've never just gotten around to actually doing it. But like, you can see there's people who are actually trolling in a creative way. Like the whole troll of being like, getting some kid's parents on the mic who don't really know anything that you're talking about and saying that their kid was hacking or something, or
that's too much.
bringing people into a headshots only lobby or something and 1v1ing them. Like, that's just kind of being kind of demeaning. But then, like, back to Keemstar again. Keemstar does a series called Sparkles the Gay Rapper, right? And what he does is he goes into lobbies and he basically puts on like a gay kind of, or a stereotypical homosexual sounding voice, and he raps about homosexual topics, and then he gets these reactions of people like freaking out to it. So like that kind of trolling is like, it's not hurting anybody, it's just funny.
He's just
it's
making
creative.
himself look bad.
But then you look at people who are like using like trolling, and the end result of the troll is to piss somebody off, like Whackman said, or just to ruin it for somebody else, and that's not very good. But that's my opinion. It's a fine line. New topic?
Yep. New topic. How did your tournament go?
Oh, wow.
I can take this one. It wasn't actually that bad. So we won the first
good.
round relatively convincingly.
Stomped them.
And then the second round, and the guys we lost to in the second round, we did lose in the second round, spoiler alert, they ended up making it all the way to the semifinals, so they weren't scrubs by any means. But we lost the first map on host, so we got like destroyed on my host, so we were kind of disappointed and we thought we were screwed because obviously you want to win on your host.
Yeah.
And we lost like 6-2, and this is 2v2 search and destroy. And then the second map, we got up 2-0, and this is on their host. We got up 2-0, and then we choked, and we ended up being down 5-3. And obviously it's to 6 points, so they were one off. We won 2 straight rounds and got it to 5-5. And then what we had done, the 2 rounds from 5-3 to 5-5 that we both won, what we did was it was on standoff, and we basically just flanked around the back side of the map and got behind them. Yeah.
Oh.
And then, so then I made the mistake, and this was on me, and when it was 5-5, I decided to do it again. We split up that time.
And it was not...
Well, we shouldn't. It was stupid of me to do it again anyways, because they were waiting for me.
We were going to push it. We should have pushed it together.
Basically what happened was I walked around a corner, and they were both standing there aiming down sights waiting at me, and I just got completely wrecked. And then it was 2v1 from there, and I mean, you're not going to win many 2v1s no matter who you are.
Let me tell you what I did. See, my genius self flanked around back. I knew they were going to go to B, right? The B bomb, you know, the butcher shop. You know what I'm talking about, Wogmad, right? The butcher shop.
Yeah.
The butcher shop. They were planting B, and she's like, "You gotta go to the bomb." He's like, he's getting kind of, mad at me because I was just sitting in a corner.
Yeah, you were sitting in the spawn, in the back of the spawn, and I'm like, dude, they're planting B right now. I know they're planting B. You need to get up and go. Okay, so you did.
Dude, this is for like the big, because this team is good, right? So if we beat them, we're going to round 3. Raid, and raid's my map, so nobody takes me on raid. Anyway, so I'm like sitting in a corner. I'm like scared as shit, dude.
Oh my god.
I'm like, oh, we're on 5-5. He's like, check B, they're playing B. And he's like, so I run in B, right? I get 1 kill, and then the other guy pulls in. We were both 1 shot, right? I had 8 shots left. I had an M8, and I took 2 bursts. I hit him. He was 1 shot, but then he shot me. We were both 1 shot, man. I was so close. And then I just about cut off my Xbox.
Long story short, he died, and we lost. Let's just cut to the chase.
Well, dude,
we lost 6-5.
Anyway, it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun doing it. No matter how much we did, we got a lot of experience out of it. We learned, what to do in certain situations and whatnot. And we had a lot of fun. It was
the question I have to ask you then is that I've watched tournaments. I watched streams versus tournaments, and I've done a lot of. I've seen a bunch of YouTube commentaries. I've made commentaries. I've played on streams. I've streamed myself, and there's a difference to all of them. When you watch them, the timbre of each of those is much, much different. I've never played in a tournament, and so I guess the question is, what's the difference in a tournament, league play, pub stomping, and just rolling by yourself in pubs?
Oh my god, it's
okay. Oh wow.
When I first started trying to explore the wide realm of competitive, I played league play, right? And league play was like, oh my god, this is so intense, this is serious. Now when I play league play, like, it feels basically like a pub to me with slight rule restrictions.
Yeah, like we go in there and we don't even try sometimes. We're just like, fuck it.
Yeah, like when you get into a league, like, it's good to start in league play, but then, and I'm not going to act like I'm some competitive beast, because I've only played in a few tournaments myself, and I haven't won anything.
Oh, well, I lost audio.
But it's so much, like, when you're playing in a tournament, and there's, like, actually, because we paid $10 to enter this tournament, right, and the top prize was $200. So, I mean, there was money on the line, and it's like, you just completely just start, it just feels so much more serious, and you feel like every single move you make is actually, like, having an impact on, a greater, like, when you play pubs, you don't really care if you win or not. Like, you want to win, but it's not a huge deal. But then when you're playing in a match like that, like, it's all about the win, and every single move you make is really important, and you just get really nervous, and it's way more intense and way more pressure.
Oh, we just lost Swagmed. Can you still hear me, Oyster?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep elaborating while we try to get Wogmed back. But yeah, it's just the intenseness of it. Like, if you ask me, when I go into pubs, which is very rare now, I don't really try all that much. I go in there, I'll pick up a sniper, and I'll jump off stuff and, do whatever. But then when I go into league play, I try a little bit harder. I want to get the win because you're playing against a little bit better people. And then when I play game battles or, a tournament like we played today, you get a lot nervous. You get really nervous. And to me, I get nervous. But, like, to someone such as, like, anyone in Farico or anyone in Optic or whatever, they're not going to get nervous hardly at all. Me, as, so-called an AM, I'm going to get, a little bit more nervous.
Oh, there also were pro players in this tournament. We did not run into any of them, unfortunately, but...
There was a pro player from the FaZe competitive team, Imbos, and then Yoshi, if anybody knows him.
He's not a pro, but he's a good AM.
He's a top AM.
So...
But yeah, it's just the intenseness, really. The intenseness factor. It's
basically the feeling of knowing that the people you're playing against are equal to or better than you, and you actually, like,
one little mistake,
every
and
mistake,
you're out.
You have to do everything exactly right, or else you're not going to win.
I mean, for league play, you can always, hop back in another lobby, but for a tournament, you lose the match. I mean, you're out for good, and so it's just like, especially, who doesn't want $250? You know what I'm saying? That's also in the back of everybody's head. I mean, another thing I was gonna talk about real quick was the intenseness factor. People like us, we try extremely hard, but then there's people who pay the $10 entry fee and just not show up. Like, I'm just like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's different levels of. Once again, it goes back to the idiot factor. There's lots of idiots out there, so it just happens sometimes.
Yeah. Speaking of idiots, this would be a really good segue for the Mexican kid that was doing the national anthem.
Say Hispanic, because some people.
The Hispanic kid.
Well, he's got Mexican heritage, so.
Oh, okay then.
He's American though, technically. He's born in America.
The Spanish American kid.
So start from the beginning. What is that?
All right, I guess I'll take this. So in Game 3 of the NBA Finals, which by the time this video goes up, will already be to game at least 5, if not 6. I don't know the exact schedule. So this was a couple nights ago. It was like a week ago. The national anthem was performed by a Mexican American 10-year-old named Sebastian De La Cruz, and he was on America's Got Talent last season, and he, gained some fame that way, and he's 10 years old, and he's a mariachi singer, and he's in his mariachi, outfit or whatever, or suit, and he sang the national anthem, and basically, there was a bunch of people who started tweeting about, why is this illegal alien singing our national anthem, and, what's going on here, and, stuff like, basically just racist stuff about a person of Mexican descent singing the American national anthem, and
it's just stupid. I mean, this is worse.
Yeah,
it's just worse than trolling, because I mean, the kid's he's in a stereotypical mariachi outfit, and if you're a mariachi singer at 10 years old, if you've mastered your craft enough at 10 years old to do whatever level of talent show, then hats off to you, dude. Congratulations. Good job. Okay? And if you have made enough publicity for yourself and you are good enough at being a vocalist that you can get to sing the national anthem on
that level.
On that level, with that much notoriety and publicity, then again, hats off to you. Congratulations. Good job. What's with some of these tweets in this news article are extremely vulgar.
Yeah.
They're pathetic. That there are so many people that are closed-minded.
Yeah. But like, I don't care if he was black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever other races. I'm not trying to forget, whatever. But it doesn't matter what his race is. The kid is 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? If you if you have enough balls to hate on a 10-year-old, you have some real problems. Like, that's just fucked up, like, to the max. Like, he's 10 years old and he can sing better than half the people in this, half the people in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I don't want to like draw any kind of lines between races or anything, but if it were like, let's say this is a African American, right? Nobody would think of tweeting anything like this about that. It just like tweeting, like I'd rather not repeat any of the language that was in these tweets, but there was basically the Hispanic equivalent of the N-word was used, and if anybody tweeted that word about something like this, like, it would be completely like, oh my goodness, what, like, nobody would think of doing that. But then it's it's Hispanic, and while people have been, getting kind of upset about it, it's kind of just surprising to me how, it's kind of different from race to race about what people are willing to say, and not to mention the fact that this kid is American. He was born in San Antonio, Texas, and he lives in San Antonio, Texas. He's not actually Mexican. He's of Mexican descent, but he's not actually Mexican. So, it's just, I don't know. I don't really get how people are going to do this for one race, but not for another race. I mean, it feels like it's basically like a step back as far as society goes to me, but...
Important thing to me is, did he get all the words right?
I mean, as far as I know, I haven't heard anything saying he didn't.
How many fails are there? I mean, you go to YouTube right now and get a national anthem fails, and for any country, I'm assuming, you can find where people don't know all the words or...
Yeah, I mean, I was at a, not a Little League baseball game, but there's like another, like the second biggest youth baseball league or whatever, I was visiting my grandparents' house, and they had like the World Series of it going on, and it's not as big as Little League, but it's, it's well sized. It's from like people from like 15 different states were coming, and the person that sang the national anthem there one day, they literally got less than 50% of the words right, and they mixed up all the lines and stuff, and you kind of laugh, and it's just like, you've heard this song a million times and you can't sing it right, and then someone does sing it right, and they do it well, apparently. I haven't actually listened to it, but it was good, apparently. And people, look to the one, not even negative, but they look to the one not, important thing. And it's just kind of, I don't know. I just don't get it.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
No.
That little kid doesn't deserve it.
I guess I'm just going to get DDoSed out of the podcast. I didn't know we were that legit.
Too legit. We got a hacker now.
Yeah, y'all done make Keemstar mad. Maybe I made Keemstar mad.
I think I did.
They were getting false hope in an odd way.
Let's go on Twitter. Let's see if Keemstar
failed.
He's like, I need a hacker to DDoS this podcast right now.
Somebody go DDoS this podcast. Oh. So, are we done with the national anthem? Okay.
I guess, yeah. Say what we want to say.
So Alex Cobb is a pitcher for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. And this happens several times a year. This happens in college baseball, and they nerf the bats. I mean, they straight up have nerfed bats in college baseball. But Alex Cobb gets hit in the head with a line drive off the bat from Kansas City Royals first baseman Eric, I guess it's Hosmer, not sure how to say it.
I think it's Hosmer.
But Hosmer, he gets hit directly in the right ear. If you haven't seen this, you may want to look it up, YouTube it. I'm going to go ahead and share it with y'all. I got it. I think this is it. Then I'll put it in the chat here. 30-second clip where homeboy gets hit in the side of the head with a baseball. This is brutal. He just lays motionless, and apparently all he gets is a concussion, which is, I mean, good for him. Congratulations, but. How do you nerf a big time bat, or does this bleed back over to testing better for steroid use, or is this just one of those things that get over it, or do pitchers need to wear helmets?
Honestly, I feel like there's nothing you can really do to prevent that. besides possibly wear a helmet. But it happens all the time, not necessarily in the MLB because the players are more aware and stuff, but in if you go to it's called like a youth league or whatever, like locally, people are getting hit in the head all the time. I remember I used to play baseball. I got hit in the head, a couple times, and some parents would actually make their kids wear helmets, in the field and whatnot.
Pitch.
Just in the field, if they were fielding, they would wear a helmet because there's nothing there's nothing you can really do to prevent getting hit in the head if the ball is really going that fast. I mean, steroid use, maybe, but even if you're not on steroids, if you're in the MLB and you hit it you're gonna be swinging pretty hard no matter what. I don't think there's really anything you can do to prevent that.
Well, here's my take on it, and Wagbad, you just mentioned down in the chat about the NFL and the big hits and whatnot. I'm going to take a little bit of a harsher approach. Is that if you're playing professional sports, or really sports at any level, actually, to be honest, you're assuming a certain amount of risk involved with playing that sport. Like if you join the army, you join the army knowing that there's a possibility you could be wounded or killed in your service. If you play football, you know that there's a possibility that you could, get a bunch of concussions and have brain damage or break your leg or whatever playing football. And if you play baseball, you know that there's a possibility that something like this could happen. So I would not change the rules or anything like that. I think the whole changing of the rules in the NFL, I don't know. I don't think the changing of the rules in the NFL has really affected the game that much, and I'm an avid NFL fan, so, I watch every Sunday, multiple games, and there's some penalties for hits that, we would normally say, oh my god, that's awesome, that was amazing, let me see that again in slow-mo, but then they get a flag for it. Other than that, it hasn't really changed much, but I wouldn't change these sports rules and whatnot, because you have to, by playing the sport, you know that it's a possibility that's going to happen, and you assume that risk when you step on the field, so if it happens, it happens.
Yep, I agree.
I got no issue with that. I have more of a problem with it when they're trying to police the NFL than I do with any other sport, and that's simply because, even from a low level, you're taught to destroy someone whenever you make contact with them, and that's why people play football, is to get the aggression out, is to be able to do that, to hit somebody and just destroy them. And so
destroy
whatever, it feels good. You hit somebody and lay them down. I didn't do it too many times. I was usually the guy that sat on the end of the bench, guarded the water cooler, and tackled anybody that got near it. But
that's important.
Bodyguard that Gatorade.
Got H2O.
What the boy? Bobby Boucher.
But you're absolutely right, and I've taken that point, and that's the stance I also take on it, is you are assuming the risk when you step on the field. That's also one of the reasons why you accept multi-million-dollar contracts to hold that position. If a pitcher wants to step on the field and have a helmet on instead of his hat, or over his hat, or under his hat, or whatever, cool, whatever. I'm not going to think less. Oh, let me not say that. I may think less of you, but I'll at least understand why you're doing it, and I think you should have the right to do that.
Yeah.
Got no issue with it. If you're in the outfield and you put on a helmet, I'm going to have some words for you. I'm going to make fun of you.
I'm just going to be like, really? Like,
watch the managers start wearing helmets.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, right.
I can understand, like, wearing a helmet if it's happened before. Like, if Alex Cobb just came up and said, I want to wear a helmet now. I completely understand, because it happened to him, you know what I'm saying? Well, and that, that's understandable. And baseball, it's not considered a contact sport, so it's one of the less dangerous sports you can play. And that's just one of the many risks, like Oyster said. So, but yeah, like I said, it rarely happens in baseball. More so in little leagues or like youth leagues in middle school and high school than professional, I'd say. There's nothing you can really do about it.
Yeah, when you get down into the little leagues and the smaller kids and even, high school and whatnot, you've got unregulated, or I say they're unregulated. They don't go through the strenuous checking of the bats like they actually do up at the professional level.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I would say that I played baseball for my school for 2 years in middle school, and at least the league that we were in, the conference we were in, the bat regulation was, well, I don't know. I mean, there was regulations for the bats. They didn't really check them that closely. Yeah, they checked the labels, you're right. But, I mean, there is regulations in place to try to cut people off from, destroying the ball and, like, tearing the cover off of it.
Yeah, have you ever picked up a softball? And understand, I'm not making fun of any chicks that play softball. They're pretty cool.
Did we just lose Watmid?
Not sure. I can't hear him.
I'm betting we did.
Oh, let's see. What was...
They're featherweight bats. I keep getting DDoS. Sorry, but they don't weigh anything. You can swing them like 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Oh, there he goes. Have you ever seen men play softball? Dude, they smack the crap. I was told to watch my language. Crap out of the ball. Like, I'm not even joking. I went to like baseball practice once, and there were some guys playing softball or something. And dude, they were hitting home runs like every pitch. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, actually, in some adult leagues, they have like a 5 or 10 home run rule. After that, you actually get an out for knocking it over the fence.
I've actually seen that in like the softball men's softball slow pitch World Series or whatever that is on like ESPN 8 for some reason each year. Like, they have that rule.
That's crazy though. It's softballs. I have respect if you play softball. Like, it's it's not baseball, but it's a completely different. I mean, it's
Well, it's a lot different. You have to place the ball. Like, if you're going to get a slow pitch softball tossed to you, you have to place it somewhere. You have to put it in an particular gap so that you can get the most people around the bases. And there's as much of a mind game in that as there is a physical game in that.
Yeah.
I can't speak from experience.
I've never played softball. I was playing t-ball, building sandcastles in the sand, doing that all the time.
I was organizing the dirt.
I could see you doing that.
I was
lining up softballs and making sure all the labels face the same way.
Exactly.
Dude.
No, my dad played slow pitch softball when I was a kid, and we'd go to tournaments with him as a family, and watching. He was a pitcher, and he likes to play horseshoes, and just the way the softball is pitched and the angle from which it drops and how the ball gets placed into play. It's a whole different sport than baseball, and there's a lot of mental stuff behind it that has nothing to do with hit the ball. Hit the ball is the least of their concern. It's where do you want it, how fast do you want it going, who's the best player on their team or who's the worst, and what do I do? Because there were times when they hit it directly at a guy because they know that he would botch it, that he'd hit it sideways and it'd be an error, and they could do whatever.
Yeah. That's funny.
New topic. Speaking of old men, Black Sabbath comes back out. Ozzy Osbourne is like a million
He's
years
so old, dude.
And the thing is this: are y'all Ozzy Osbourne fans at all? Original Black Sabbath.
I like some of his personal stuff. I'm a Black Sabbath person.
I like some songs. Don't call me a bandwagon because I only know the popular songs that they have. Like Paranoid and oh god, what's another one? I just had it on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, but like Paranoid, I really do enjoy that song. I blame Guitar Hero for that though. So.
No, Ozzy Osbourne's got he's got several huge hits, and whether it's him alone or him with Black Sabbath,
Crazy Train, that But that's just him by himself, right? That's him by himself.
Him by himself. But Randy Rhoads was the original guitarist. I think it was the one he got big with. I'm not sure if it was the complete original, but Randy Rhoads is considered by many to be the greatest guitarist of all time. And I know you can say there's plenty of others that are in his league or at his caliber, but really and truly, some of his riffs are the ones that are most notable or recognizable. So big hats off to him. Their album, though, the 13 is the name of the album. It's like full on metal. It's back to metal, which is pretty cool. Metal can make a comeback without being like speed metal, hate metal, or metal.
That's what I think when I think metal. Just
it's not the Osbournes. If you were a fan of the show, this is not the album that you would have seen on that show, I guess.
Huh.
This is good music. This is pretty good music here.
I watched that show a little bit. You know, Sharon is funny to me.
Sharon.
That's like, honestly, does he say that a lot? Like,
Or they just edit it to put that in?
Yeah, right?
Let me just put it this way: if she wasn't around, he would have been dead a long time ago.
Yeah,
because she did everything.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I'm not a Black Sabbath person.
I'm not a fan of that. My music's more like Guns N' Roses, and
yeah, but I think all of us are musicians. I think from that standpoint, if you can make a comeback whenever you're collecting Social Security, that's cool.
Yeah,
and make good music, not just have a comeback, not have a comeback tour, not just show back up on the scene or make news because you're going to rehab. Homeboy has showed up and made an album worth paying for.
Yeah,
so good for him.
You know, that's what I was talking about Justin Timberlake, which is a completely different topic, kind of.
Oh, God.
You know, completely different genre. But you know, I always talk about how he'll have every now and then. You know, he's been around for forever, but he'll just have like a an album that's just out there and it's good, and he's been around for a while, but he'll disappear for a little bit, and then he just comes back up and. He's getting old, but he's been around for a little bit, so that's what I kind of think about when you say that. He never actually retired, though. But
I personally,
he never actually left. He's still making crappy music
and crappy movies. But anyways,
I think I got DDoSed again.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh man, why does this show keep DDoSing me?
The title of this episode is
3
bar gets DDoSed.
3 bar to 1 bar.
3 bar to 1.
3 bar gets
But
3 bar 1 bar.
I'm personally not a huge fan of when like popular bands that are like really old release new albums, just because I never get into them really. Like I've gotten into some, like Ozzy Osbourne's. I think it was the last solo album he did, which had like "Let Me Hear You Scream" on it, and it had "Let It Die," and a couple other songs that were good, but. Like, that album was good, but, I mean, a lot of bands that I'm really into, like, I've seen them multiple times in concert, when they release a new album, it's like, I'm already completely content with the music you've already put out. I don't feel like going and learning these other new songs that you guys have put out, because I don't feel the need to hear more stuff from you, if that makes sense, which seems probably counterintuitive to what people would think. It's like, I'm into this band, I want to hear more, but, I don't know, I'm just not that interested in it.
Well, see, I kind of get scared when they do that, because, like, you put out such great stuff, and it's like, is this album just going to be crap and just make me think less of you? You know what I'm saying? It's like...
Yeah.
And that happens. That happens huge.
Look at Metallica.
Yeah.
They were, like, on top of the world, and then there was a certain point, I don't know what album, some people consider to be different ones, but they changed, and... people started hating it.
Yeah.
And that's a risk you take.
And see, that's like, I feel like when you get to the top, I don't know.
Well, I mean, and to bring it back to our world, how many times do you see someone get to 300,000 subscribers and all of a sudden they want to do something different?
Yeah.
And that's why one of the reasons why I do whatever I want on my channel. Like I spent the day vlogging a fishing trip with my family because I want to, And if you want to see it, buddy, I'm going to have it up this summer. I'm actually saving this whole series for a little bit later in the summer. But yeah, it's not just Call of Duty. It's not just a motorcycle racing game. It's not just Project Spark that I'm going to be doing whenever that game drops in September.
That motorboat racing game, I actually watched that.
You like that?
The
cool. Hydro Thunderdome.
That was actually really cool.
That's a pretty cool anyway. So, but I'm not gonna put myself in a bottle just to bring it back out later. If you like what I got going on, that's what I'm here for. If you don't like what I got going on, okay, I'm never gonna make a living off of this. I can accept that. I'm doing this for fun.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will. You have to believe.
You go. No. You might. You probably will. I got faith in you. You make good commentaries. But
thank you.
I'm the guy that Jazz already made fun of. How about that, Mr. Epic Fail?
Huh? What I say? No, I completely agree with you though. Like, I do whatever I want on my channel, and I get so much crap being an editor. Like, people, oh, this edit needs this edit needs that, and people's like, oh, I want to see a flashy edit. You need more effects on your edits, and I could put a lot more effects on my edits, but I don't want to. I like to do chill, relaxed, just good syncing, good color corrector, really smooth, chill edits. But people, it's whatever. I do what I want.
Whatever. I do what I want.
I do what I want.
I'll be in Congress and one. I do what I want.
Mr. Stick of Truth. I'm gonna do a Let's Play Stick of Truth over there. How do you feel about that copyright infringement?
You just wait. It's gonna happen.
So we should just get all three of us, and we should try to get a bonfire. By the way, I don't know if does he know that we're trying to get him on as a main person?
Okay, so after I'm gonna go ahead and steal this from you.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
After the podcast last week, Jules had signed off, and I'm telling you, there was like 15 more minutes to the podcast that the Elgato just dropped, and I couldn't figure out how to decode the ghost recording. It just quit recording. I guess it decided it had enough. So after that, we cut it off, and we were doing post edit and post talk discussions or post show discussions. And I was like, hey, you do a really good job at this, blah, blah, blah. What do you think about, showing up weekly? Do you think we can make this work? And, he's like, yeah, you got a good show going on here. I really enjoy being a part of it. So yeah, he knows that we're in the talks for contract negotiation, I guess you could say, for a show that's not big enough to have contracts or negotiations.
But we do have a sponsor.
And we have a good time doing this show, and everyone enjoys it. No negative feedback whatsoever thus far, except for the DDoSers that are destroying my portion of the stream.
Yeah, we really do need to get all four of us on here. Like, he couldn't make it this week, and I was really actually looking forward to talking to this guy and getting some of his input on these topics. But
the truth is actually that Jazz and Bonfire are the same guy.
Yeah, we just can't be on an episode together because
you never see a superhero and the actual person in the same room at the same time. Now, we've never seen Jazz and Bonfire on the same podcast at the same time.
So which one's the superhero and which one's the dude that
I'm the superhero, okay? My name is Jazz. This is Bonfire. I mean,
well, I think they should 1v1 on Bog in COD 4, and whoever wins is the superhero.
I'm down.
And we should stream it.
I'm down.
If anybody knows what I'm referencing, call it out right now.
What do you?
I have no idea.
Nobody knows.
Have you guys seen the Wings of Redemption versus Syndicate 1v1 Rage episode? Oh my! Have you? That's like that's like the number one thing that Wings is most famous for. Okay, hang on. I'm looking this up right now. This is holy crap.
Well, while he's looking it up, I'm really looking forward to working with Bonfire, and I just enjoy doing this. And
have you noticed that we're like 4 episodes in now, and one of them I had to fly solo. Well, I guess we got Bonfire. He's not completely solo, but we're 4 episodes in now, and this has just expanded so much, become so much fun. It
really has.
Hang out, chill out, and enjoy one another's company, so that pushing it forward is something that that Tactical Oyster's really been a part of hugely, and just pushing and pushing and pushing with Give Me Your Topics all week long, and it just comes together in this beautiful little culminated baby at the end. It's really enjoyable experience to be on and to listen to later.
Yeah, I mean the amount of this between planning really is the biggest part. You know, trying to get guests, and that's probably the biggest thing is getting. If you're watching this and you know anybody, that would you think would be a good guest, you know, commentator around our size, send us send Tactical Oyster, any of us three a message, and let us know, because we'd love to have some, guests on here.
Commentators around our size. You tell Woody to show up, or Wings, and
Nate Shot's looking for a podcast.
You tell Nate Shot to show
Nate
up.
Shot's looking for a podcast. I saw that on his stream last night.
I'll 1v1 Nate Shot right now. You tell Nate Shot to show up. I'll 1v1 him.
Look, I'll shut out Nate Shot in.
Dude, I would destroy Nate Shot.
Look, there's one part of Call of Duty I can beat Nate Shot in, and that is dodgeball. So if he wants to go at it on the express train track dodgeball courts tomorrow at noon, then it's gonna happen.
Dude. Okay, so, how about?
Wait a minute? Did I really just call out what's arguably one of the best players in the entire world right now?
I'm calling out Parasite. I'm calling out Parasite.
Send him on. Who cares?
I'm calling out Clayster, dude. I'm calling out Clayster for the title of FAO God.
Nate Shot's overrated, but I don't want to get into that really, because if any Optic fanboys are watching this far in, then I'll get railed by them.
Okay. How about 3-bar exploits versus Optic Gaming 4v4 dodgeball on Express?
Let's do it. I'm saying exploits versus
Optic Gaming
the
at dodgeball. Let's do it. Do it.
If they ever happen to see our proposition, and if they ever happen to actually acknowledge it for more than 5 seconds, and
more than just a laugh,
and if they ever happen to decide, hey, maybe this might be a good idea, then bring them on. But that's a lot of ifs. So I'll be waiting, but I might be waiting for a while.
I'm gonna tweet Nate Shot right now. Bottom am at me with not serious offers. Please waste my time.
Everybody who sees it, if you're this far into the podcast, go ahead and tweet at Nate Shot. Use the hashtag 3-bar exploits, and let him know that we have challenged the Optic House to
4v4
whatever.
Dodgeball.
What was it? Dodgeball.
I'd end up cheating.
Dodgeball.
I would end up cheating.
Well, Luke, I don't even want to talk about how many times you crossed the neutral zone earlier today.
Hey, I didn't know we could cross it until
you didn't know we could cross it, but you did.
Well, you started crossing it.
I crossed it to get scavenger packs when you were dead.
We should do a dodgeball tournament. We should just do a dodgeball tournament.
We should host a dodgeball LAN event. The next MLG event.
That's gonna be like the next MLG game type. Dodgeball.
Oh, I'm tired.
I am too.
Any more topics?
Let's see.
Whackmat is typing away.
Well, I keep getting knocked out where I can see your thing light up, but I can't. Oh, your thing light up. Yeah. But I can't see, or I can't hear anybody actually talking.
I didn't say that.
And so I don't know when I'm getting kicked out and when I'm not getting kicked out. And when I get kicked out, I can't even put comments in the chat. It like holds them until I'm back. So the only other things that we were talking about were how tired you are of hearing about E3.
Oh hell yeah. I'm tired of hearing about PS3 versus Xbox One. You know what? We're never going to know which one's better until they actually come out.
I can probably tell you January 3rd who is the most awesome.
Yeah.
But I can tell you something else is that Tactical Oyster is really slowly dragging me over to PS4 with him.
Yeah. He's committed already?
Well,
he told me he was trying.
I'm flopping back and forth. I'd say I'm flopping between PS4 and undecided, not necessarily between PS4 and Xbox. I'm probably going to go wherever competitive goes because I'm trying to get more and more into that. And I don't know.
I'm gonna go wherever my friends go. That's
Well, yeah, that's
to be
a
perfectly
big
honest
one
with you.
too.
That's
but-
the biggest thing.
Well, most of my friends are going PlayStation as of the latest news. However, really what you're going to see is that PlayStation lied about a lot of stuff. They won, but they lied about a lot of stuff, like the game relicensing and, oh, you just give it to your friend and sell it to him and he can do it. That's not true. And there's a lot of stuff that they just straight up lied about. The thing is, they won. And so when people figure it out, they're just going to forgive them, but still be in their court. It'll still be in PlayStation's court.
We'll see. I'm kind of scared. You know, I'm not gonna buy one like right on release date because I don't know. I don't want to make a mistake and get something.
No. Tio, you're gonna have one on release day, are you not?
I am.
I'm gonna wake up that day, have a brand new console. I'm not gonna work that day. I will have the day off. I will show up at midnight. I will have an unboxing vlog about it, and I will get home about 1:30 in the morning and play until either my fingers bleed or my eyes do.
No, you won't play.
Is it supposed to
You'll
come
get
out
the Xbox.
before?
You'll
or
get the
after
Xbox
Ghost?
One, and you'll watch TV until your eyes bleed because you can watch TV on the Xbox One, and that's exciting.
It actually is. Like that's kind of interesting. I'm not even gonna lie. That's a nice feature. Cause
No, it's not. I can watch TV anywhere.
okay, if
I
you
don't
have
think it doesn't hurt.
if your setup's
It doesn't
like
hurt.
mine,
It doesn't.
hold
It
on.
doesn't.
If your setup's like mine and you have one TV where your computer,
You have your
TV
144p
and Xbox is,
TV.
dude. Okay, that's not nice.
You know it's true. That's why you
Okay.
didn't say anything.
Okay. Okay, right
Wow.
now. Okay. Honestly.
1v1 Jazz on Oyster.
Okay. To be honest, right now I have a tube TV sitting right beside me with my Xbox hooked up to it.
No, you don't.
I do not play on that TV. I'm
No,
at my
you don't.
dad's house right now for like a week, so I just got a TV from his room and plugged it up because his flat
You
screen
said you couldn't see the top of your top half of your mini map when we were playing League yesterday.
I couldn't. I'm not even gonna lie. I couldn't. But see, I fixed at my mom's house. I have 32-inch Emerson, nice 1080p.
Name
real nice.
dropper.
It's real
Emerson pay for that?
nice. Actually, I got it at Walmart on Black Friday for like $150. It was a deal. It was a pretty good deal. But yeah, I had to flip through like all these different things, like from computer to Xbox to TV, and it just gets annoying. So I wish I could just say, Xbox, can you please go to TV? I'm gonna say it exactly like that because I'm gonna be pissed off.
You know what's
Call
gonna
of Duty.
happen when you say it like that? It's not gonna be anything.
It's gonna tell me to get over it.
I'm sorry, Jazz, but I cannot do that.
I don't understand. What's a tube TV?
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
one thing I worry about is what if the voice recognition sucks? Because for all we know, the whole
Yeah.
press conference could have been completely rigged, like and pre-set up already. They could have had some dude standing in the back, like whispering exactly the exact pronunciation of each word to get it to go. It could have been
Kinda
a
like
deep
PlayStation
oil.
did for their
Deep
stuff.
oil.
TV.
Yeah, and then the guy out front's, talking like a regular human.
Not,
You know what's funny, Jazz? And this is another shameless plug on my part, but go to my Made Up Monday series and look at Whackmed's gaming setup under my Made Up Monday series where I just lie about everything. And check out how I got a little 13-inch black and white tube TV that I say that I play through and that I play online through an antenna. And you go check that out. You'll get a good laugh out of it. Somebody commented.
Okay, so-
actually, that's like 3 or 4 months old. Somebody commented on there. That's so ghetto. Okay.
I just found the
In
video.
the middle of a national forest.
I'm about to look
It's
that
about
video
as
up.
far from ghetto as you can be.
Yeah,
but
somebody
it's trailer trash.
Yvonne Carbajal. It's so ghetto.
Hey,
It's about as trailer trash as you can give. There's no ghetto there. There's no government subsidized housing anywhere nearby.
Hey, was that the when you did the Call of Duty Ghost thing where it was like the mask over the?
Oh, that
like
was
a
no.
student-
It's the same. It's in the same vein. It's
Same
under the same
concept.
type of vibe.
That was so, dude.
I had a
was sitting
whole
here.
series.
Okay, so I'm sitting here like he's like Black Ops 2 gameplay. I'm like, really? And so I click on it, right? I mean Call of Duty Ghost gameplay, and I click on it, I'm like, oh my god! I just started busting out laughing.
You know,
I clicked
T.O.
on it
actually
and I'm-
warned me. He's like, get ready for the haters, and man, it got some hate.
I know, I clicked on it and I'm like, this was a mistake. This was bad.
Dude, it was funny. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy your commentaries. I think they're pretty funny. And you're the unknown Woody, as I like to call you.
You leave my wood out of your mouth.
What? What?
I'm so confused. Oh, look at that speed test on the setup video.
Oh, check out the outhouse. There's an outhouse.
I'm about to look this video up.
922 ping.
Oh yeah, thank you, Creative Commons.
You should have said I get like 4 ping on dial up.
Dude, okay.
I use satellite internet.
All shit aside, I really do get 4 ping. Like, I really do. My internet is...
You really get 4 ping. I don't want to talk to you.
My
4 ping
internet...
is good. 4 ping is good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Dude, but seriously, my internet is awful. You can ask Oyster. I found it. A gaming setup, episode 6.
It's better than it used to be, where you used to literally not be able to stay in an Xbox Live party for more than 20 minutes without the entire party lagging out.
Yeah.
So you've improved. Well done.
So that's it for me getting DDoSed. Y'all good?
Yep.
I'm good. Do we have anything else to talk about?
I'm good, actually. If everybody else is good.
Alright, Blackman, you want to take us out?
Okay, so that's it for episode 4 of 3-Bar Exploits. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Please tweet us using the hashtag 3-Bar Exploits, or you can tweet at any of us. The descriptions are going to be in the links down below. This is episode 4. If you have any suggestions for episode 5, things that you would like for us to talk about, or people that you would like us to get on and have discussions with, please let us know those as well. You can leave them in the comments or wherever you want to. We pretty much check everything every single day. So that's it for episode 4. Thanks. Have a great day.
Don't forget to tweet Nate Shot.
Tweet Nate Shot. Yes, tweet Nate Shot.
4v4 dodgeball.
Oh, yeah.